annual event for the modifieds. The Bud Light Open 80 here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, about to go green. 26 cars, 80 laps, lined up in turn number 3. Lights are out on the pace car, pulls to pit road with the call of the start. Here's the voice of the Stafford Motor Speedway, Ben Dodge.
They come off turn number 4. The fans are about ready to see him unleashed as Ryan Preece leads him to the bottom of turn number 1. Preece out in command. All of a sudden, here comes Ronnie Williams with less than a quarter of a mile of the first half mile. It appears that Williams has already started to close in on Ryan Preece.
They come around a complete lap number 1. It is Preece at the front of the field. Williams in second. They go side by side. Further back, Matt Galco, the first car out of line, in car number 3, under fire for that 4th position up the back straightaway. He will tuck back in the line in 4th and just ahead of Joey Cipriano.
They come off the turn, literally back to the stripe. Williams tests the waters. He looks to the inside. Preece shuts the door. No room there. Off the turn. Here comes Williams, winding it up tight. Chase Dowling becomes the tail that wags the dog there. Meanwhile, Matty Galco is showing some muscle up to 4th, and he's bringing Joey Cipriano with him.
3 cars beginning to break away at the front of the field, led by Ryan Preece, Ronnie Williams, and Chase Dowling. 1, 2, 3, and here's Williams looking at a line to make a move on Preece in turn number 3, but can't make the pass and falls back in the line. Top 3 beginning to break away just a bit from Nat Galco in that 4th spot. Then it's Joey Cipriano and Eric Goodale.
There's no question about it. Ryan Preece is guarding the inside. He is well aware of the fact that Ronnie Williams has some big power coming off the turns. Meanwhile, Dowling runs with them. Top 3 cars, bumper to bumper as they come back to the stripe. This time, Dowling gets a little bit closer. Fastest car on the racetrack, Ryan Preece, 18.942.
He leads up the back straightaway and has led the opening 5 circuits of this Bud Light Open 80 event, but finds a lot of pressure from Ronnie Williams, who in turn has a lot of pressure from Chase Dowling in that 3rd spot as they go back to the corner. Nobody making a move, but they stay tightly bunched among the top 3.
The top 2 cars come off the 2nd turn like they were shot out of a gun. The 3rd place car just has to settle back into line and formation. Down off turn number 4, it's a whole different strategy at this point in the event. 7 laps and counting. Meanwhile, further back in the field, some of the strong runners like Craig Lutz are starting to work their magic and also arrive among the top 7 cars.
Chris Pastriak trying to make his way up through the field as well. Car number 75, DiMatteo, mid-pack in car number 76. That's Dana DiMatteo. Tommy Barrett just outside of the top 10 in the 11th spot as we continue to watch the battle for the lead, as well as that battle for 10th, led by Barrett and Nocella as we complete lap number 9 of the 80 and the 44 on pit road for Dave Sazzarillo.
There's no question about it. Dave Sazzarillo's machine pulls behind the wall. Meanwhile, it is still Ryan Preece. Now, Preece is running the bottom of this racetrack, and he's guarding that position. Williams can get close. Dowling, he can also be a factor as well. But we've got a caution.
Couple of cars up in turn number 2 involved in the incident, including the 62 of Les Rose Jr. and one other car. It appears to be the 55 of Robert Bloxham. Involved in the incident over in turn number 2. Rose pulls away. Minimal, if any, damage on that car. It looks like Bloxham wants to get that car in reverse.
Seems like he is almost available to do it. There's a look at the call before you dig machine. Of course, the Eddie Partridge race car for Ryan Preece, the leader of the event. And then Ronnie Williams setting in second. The Scavora prepared. And then Chase Dowling in the Kevin Starshuk S&S paving machine. The Wicked Power Sports car.
Look on our Flow Vision replay up in turn number 3. Looked like Rose might have got into Bloxham, which sent Bloxham spinning.
Now, Rose has had quite a career running full-body race cars. He ran at the Seekonk Speedway in the Pro Stock division, had a lot of success down in pit road.
I am with Adam Scavera, the crew chief of the number 50 car driven by Ronnie Williams. It looks like Ronnie very aggressive in the early going. Was that part of the strategy?
Yeah, we want to get out in front and lead as much as we can here in the beginning, see what we got, and pit when we normally do, and see what we got after that.
How is he going to get underneath the 6 car?
Yeah, it's going to bide our time here. We won't make anything too aggressive right in the beginning.
Okay, that is a word from the 50 team, Adam Scavera, the crew chief.
Down on pit road, the 55 of Bloxham is in. Rose is in. Both of those cars at the opposite end of pit road. Looks like they're checking on a tow situation on the left front of car number 62. Field is told to cross over. Leader has the option outside or inside. And Priest has liked running on the bottom of this racetrack. So he apparently chooses to stay there on the restart. Williams to the outside. Dowling to the inside of the second row. And then it's the Stafford prepared car for Matty Galco in the 4th position. And then in the 5th position, Joey Cipriano, the 25, Eric Goodale, and Craig Lutz. Lutz started 10th, so he is moving up the food chain. Here they come, Kyle.
Field off turn 4, back underway. 10 down, 17 to go, and it's Ryan Priest showing the way over Ronnie Williams as they go back to turn number 1. And an immediate challenge for second, maybe for the lead. Williams staying strong in the outside lane, right with Priest. Dowling, nowhere to go, running in 3rd, then Matt Galco in 4th.
Well, there's no question about it. Meanwhile, Joey Cipriano has just moved in to the 4th position. Things start to settle back in. 11 laps up on the board. Ryan Priest is still the leader. Williams is still setting in the 2nd spot. Dowling is there, and Joey Cipriano tries to shake off the number 3 car, and all of a sudden, Woody Pitcat is now moving forward from the 9th position, car number 6. That's the white and red number 6 of Pitcat is threading the needle and coming to the front.
One win in these open 80s for Woody Pitcat, looking to score another here today. Has struggled in the first 2 events of 2021, but running well now, just outside of the top 5 behind Matt Galco, and moved around Eric Goodale a couple of laps ago following the restart, along with Craig Lutz in the 46. So he's found a home now just outside of the top 5 in 6th. Hot on the hip, though, of Matt Galco in car number 3 as we watch some racing further back with Tommy Barrett stepping out of line. Also Todd Owen in car number 81, side by side for a spot outside of the top 10 for about the 12th position.
Meanwhile, 15 laps have now clicked off on the board of this 80-lap event. Challenge is now developing, still for the 2nd spot, but Ronnie Williams continues to hold on to that position. Dowling can reel him in. Little cat and mouse action like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
We've heard it all day, walking through the pits, talking to these drivers, talking to these teams. You have to be around for the finish, which means you have to conserve maybe just a bit in the first half to 3/4 of this event. And as, of course, like we saw earlier this year, the timing of the caution flags, if there are caution flags, will determine if and when these drivers and teams hit the pit lane over the course of this 80 laps. And we have seen some races that have had their fair share of cautions, and we have seen some races that have not and have been, for the most part, long green flag runs. 1 caution here in the first 18 laps as the leaders cross the stripe. Ryan Priest has led them all as they go back to the back straightaway and beginning to pull out a little bit on Ronnie Williams and Chase Dowling.
No question about it. He's got literally a, let's see, it looks like a .34 lead, 3.43 lead over Ronnie Williams in 2nd. Dowling is right there. Pretty much the times of Williams and Dowling are pretty close. And then Cipriano is being hunted down by Woody Pitcat in a battle for the 4th and 5th position. Lap 20 just clicks off. 60 laps to go.
Pitcat able to get around Goodale about a lap and a half ago, and now goes to work on Joey Cipriano for the 4th spot. So Woody Pitcat in that number 6 car, looking strong here early on. Dives to the inside in turn number 3. takes the 4th spot away, so move Woody Pitkat up one more spot in the order. Moving around Joey Cipriano, who is kicked back to the 5th spot, but Ben, Woody has his work to do. Top 3 been able to break away by 10 or so car lengths from Pitkat in 4th.
Well, you know, Woody Pitkat's car looks like it is gaining and picking up some speed. We look at timing and scoring. Last circuit by a 19.270. So Pitkat is getting in that comfort zone. But the top 3 cars, the same margin between 1st and 2nd has been there for the last several laps, and about the same margin between Ronnie Williams and Chase Dowling. Dowling now starting to apply the pressure. Remember, 23 of the 80 laps are all but gone. Pretty much single file further back at the bottom of the top 10. But still, we've got quite a ways to go, as it still remains Ryan Preece from the pole, your leader.
Pitkat losing a bit of ground that last time by was 1.4 seconds, then 1.6, now 1.7. As Ryan Preece draws away. The battle for second still hot and heavy between Ronnie Williams and Chase Dowling, within a car length between them. And then several car lengths back to Pitkat, unchallenged in 4th, Cipriano 5th. Galco is stabilized in the running order after losing a couple of spots in car number 3. Eric Goodale closing in. Car number 58. As everybody biding their time now, then it's Lutz and Pastriak as that battle for second once again heats up off turn 2. Then Lutz and Pastriak further back as we watch them race up the back straightaway on the Flow Racing stream into turn number 3. A battle just inside of the top 10 for position number 8 as they come back off of turn number 4 and cross the line to complete another lap. 27 down of 80 in this Bud Light Open 80 competition for the modifieds. And Ryan Preece, Ben, has led them all.
He certainly has. And of course, the margin, as we said, between him and second Ronnie Williams, he has picked it up just a bit to .575 over Williams. And Williams, along with Dowling, have been pretty consistent at staying close. Williams has a better car coming off turn number 2 than Dowling, but Dowling has a better run coming off turn number 4.
0.6 of a second now between the top 2. What was half a second, as you mentioned, a lap ago. So Preece pulling away just a bit, but is he saving anything is the question. Still 50 laps to run, 30 in the books. And that battle for second continues to be a good one. Michael Jervis on pit road, car number 33, working on the left front corner of that car. See if we can get a report from the infield if time allows, as the race leaders go back to turn number 1.
And we are 31 laps now complete, and Ryan Preece does not seem to be slowing whatsoever. He's been pretty consistent lap after lap, hitting his mark, starting on the pole in tonight's Bud Light 80-lap feature event. $5,500 goes to the winner of this one, but we are a long way from that mark in the record books.
This is the third of 4 races this year for the Open Modifieds. They're back in a couple of weeks' time on August 20th for the Lincoln Tech Open 80 as we continue under the green flag and continue to track not only the race leader in turn number 2, but also this good battle with Pastriak and Lutz in the turn number 1. Lutz has the position. Pastriak wants it. This battle for the 8th spot.
And it is a good battle between those two. Lutz now drifts up a little bit, leaves the door open, and now Chris Pastriak gets a wheel down under, and Chris Pastriak will pick up yet another position. Woody Pitkat in the 4th spot is closing in on Dowling, Williams, and Preece.
Looking at the interval as they cross the line between the top 3, top 4 that is, 2.1 seconds, and about 1 second between 3rd place running Chase Dowling, 4th place running Woody Pitkat, and another half a second or so back to Joey Cipriano, unchallenged in 5th in car number 25. Field strung out. Let's go to the infield, get an update.
Kyle Michael Jervis Jr. brings the 33 car behind pit wall. Seems to be having a problem with picking up fuel, so they decided to work on it behind pit wall. Tough break for Mike Jarvis Jr.
37, we're just approaching the halfway marker. Just 3 laps shy of it, 1.5 miles. And Ryan Preece continues to string it out just a bit. And now Williams has Dowling moving in. But the same story can be said about Woody Pitkat sitting in the 4th position.
0.8 of a second between the top two as we watch Marcello Refrano, last year's winner of the Bud Light Open 80, begin to make some moves mid-pack. Caution is out for a spin in turn number 2 as the 55 goes around for a second time in this event for Robert Bloxham. And we go under the caution flag once again, and now this is where the strategy may take shape in this event. To pit or not to pit, boys, in the infield. What are you hearing?
Chase Dowling definitely looks like he is going in as they're getting the tires ready, and the same is true for Ronnie Williams' team. They are firing the air guns, getting ready. Let's see what's happening where John Gates is.
Yeah, the answer is to pit. It looks like just about every pit crew's getting ready. We got Michael Jervis Jr. here. Mike, what happened to the 33 car tonight?
Just coming off of 4, this motor started skipping a little bit, and I didn't want to ruin another motor in here. So I just pulled in, check it out, and we're done for the night.
Tough break, man. Good driver out of this race way too early as we're waiting on pit stops.
And John, the Ryan Preece team getting ready for a tire change. So it looks like all the front runners are preparing to change 2 tires.
Green light is on in turn number 3, indicating pit road is open, and the boys on pit lane are about to get busy, and John Gates and Matt Buckler will start our coverage with John Gates because the leaders will be to you first, John. Who do you see and what's about to happen down here on pit road?
It is a flood of superstars coming into the pits, led by Ryan Preece. Preece going all the way down pit lane, followed by Ronnie Williams as the cars all come into the pits for tire exchanges. Also coming in is the number 4 machine as he pulls down Tommy Barrett, trying to get some speed out of that car. A lot of these guys are going to start adjusting shocks and also do that little tire exchange deal that they're allowed to do. So, boy, a lot of action going on here, Matt.
Change for Ryan Preece, and it looks like they are going to be out in a hurry, and Preece will be the first out. So a great pit stop for Ryan Preece. Dowling is the 2nd place out, and then comes Ronnie Williams. So Ryan Preece's team changed 2 tires and made it out in a hurry. What do you see, John?
Jeff Gallup just stalled the number 4 car, trying to get that car frantically refired as he gets back out into pit lane. He has already got his pit stop done. Several other cars, including the number 87, also out onto the speedway, and that is, let's see, most of the cars have gotten their pit stops done. The 58, a very fast pit stop, also for Eric Goodale.
Well, there was only 1 car that stayed out, Kyle Rickey. And that, as you look at the board, is the number 35 machine for Andrew Moeller. Back down to pit road.
I'm talking to Mr. Preece, the son, the dad of Ryan, and he is the crew chief tonight. Looked like a perfect pit stop.
Yeah, it was a good pit stop. The car's good. We put right sides on, and we're good to go from here.
Do you have enough for the final half of the race?
Oh, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, that's a word here from the 6th pit, as they have a little help, as Steve Kopchik, who is the normal crew chief for Ryan Preece, has come over, and he is also working on the team. As we go to John.
Yeah, good pit stop also for Matty Galco. Matty Ice in the number 3 car having himself a good run here. We're going to get over here and talk to Josh Sullivan to see how that car is handling for the number 3 of Matt Galco. Josh, how's that number 3 car handling tonight for Matt? How's that number 3 car handling tonight for Matt?
No, we're really good. We kind of flooded on the pit stop there. We're going to have to drive our way back to the front, but the car's really good.
All right, man, there it is. Let's watch for Matty Ice to come back through the pack.
Was running 6, came off in the 15th position as I counted the cars across the line. So Matt Galco, tough break on pit road, going to have to come from the back of the field in car number 3 after running in the top 6 for the first 38 laps of this event. Andrew Moeller, the new race leader. Can he keep it, though, as they come off of turn number 4? Ryan Preece lined up to his outside. We're back underway.
Moeller does not come up to speed as quick, and it costs the inside lane. But then all of a sudden, Moeller gets a second win down the back straightaway. Ryan Preece's car got suddenly evil on him, and he is struggling now as he comes off the turn. Now Dowling tries to make the move down under. He can't do it, but now look at Preece back in command. Bottom of turn 2, and here comes a good run back to the outside. Moeller is there, and here comes Chase Dowling to the inside. Dowling moves into second. He becomes the tail that wags the dog. And meanwhile, Williams is right there trying to hold off Moeller.
Halfway home, 40 down, 40 to go. Ryan Preece back out front after Andrew Moeller led one circuit. He'll settle in the line in 4th. Might lose more as they come back off the corner with Dowling in second.
Trouble.
And a big wiggle there by Goodale. He's okay to the outside of Woody Pitkat in a race for the 6th spot. Good battle for the lead in turn 3, Ben.
No question about it. Ryan Preece. Car is a completely different car than it was before they pitted. Whatever the adjustment or change, it has all but changed, but Preece is still the leader. Dowling taps him on the back bumper. 42 of 80 now complete. Preece still the leader. Look a little further back. In the 5th spot on back, we've got cars side by side, and no one is giving an inch.
Yeah, Moeller stacking up that outside lane on the older tires. Goodale trying to get to the bottom and nearly spun himself out in the process off of turn 2. Got out of shape, opened the door for, looks like Todd Owen there. Chris Pastriak is there, Marcello Refrano. All in this pack of traffic from 6th on back as they cross the line with 36 laps to go. And battle for the lead continues to be a good one. Chase Dowling not letting Ryan Preece get away at the point. The top 2, however, have been able to get away from Ronnie Williams in 3rd.
Another great battle going on is the battle between Woody Pitkat with the number 6 car, as he is also making his presence known, as he is now up to the 4th position. Dowling chasing Ryan Preece. Off the turn. This time, 46 of 80 now are gone.
This was the top 2 back a couple of weeks ago on June 11th. It was Chase Dowling out front at the end of that event. Ryan Preece finished 2nd. Had a good run off of turn number 2 a moment ago, but not able to make a move on Preece, who maintains the top spot over Dowling. And they've both been able to break away from Ronnie Williams in 3rd. Good battle in turn 1 with Goodale and Owen side by side, just into the top 10 for 7th up the back straightaway.
Here comes Pastriak now. He's also coming to life, and Todd Owen is now working his way to contend among the top 10 positions here. Back to the front of the field. We said it before. Ryan Preece has been guarding the inside lane. Whoever has been behind him during 48 laps, he's wanted to go to the outside. Is that an indication of what's to come with now 50 when they come back to the stripe?
30 to go. If I do the math right, they make their way up the back straightaway in the top 2. Continuing to break away from Ronnie Williams, who's on an island of his own in position number 3. Unable to challenge for 2nd, but nobody pressuring from behind. A couple of car lengths back to Woody Pitkat in 4th. And we have a spin back straightaway and blocks him again. 3rd time he has been involved in an incident. In fact, we've only had 3 yellows in this event.
And Bloxham has been a part of all 3, we believe, in the same location of the racetrack. So apparently that's a spot that he is having a very difficult time of getting the job done. Let's go back down on pit road. Guys, any news for us on pit strategy now with 30 to go?
Yeah, Ben, Andrew Moeller's going to be coming in with a 35 car. They got the pit sign out for him. So Moeller kind of wished he got in last time because that car went from the front all the way to just about the back. So look for Andrew Moeller to come in.
That was going to be my question for you guys. Is Andrew Moeller going to pit? And apparently the answer is yes.
He is going to have a fresher tire. We don't have tires in this game, but a fresher tire perhaps, and a chassis adjustment that could make him a huge factor here. With 50 laps up on the board, Ryan Preece has led all of those laps so far. Chase Dowling, who started in the 3rd spot, has worked his magic and is setting in the 2nd spot. And in the 3rd position is Ronnie Williams. 4th position, we believe, is Woody Pitkat. It appears that Pitkat might be having a problem with the transponder on his car. Let's go back down on pit road.
I'm in the number 9 pit stall. Chase Dowling has done just about everything, but he can't get the lead away from Ryan Preece. What does he have to do to get that little bit of oomph to take over the top spot?
Well, we got to be patient. Chase is doing a good job tonight being patient. We got somewhere around 30 laps to go, I think, 25, 30 laps. So we'll see what happens, and we'll stay out of trouble.
And you had a good pit stop picking up a spot, so things are looking good for car number 9.
Yeah, we're proud of these guys. They did a fantastic job on pit road, and we came in 3rd and went out 2nd, so it's a good day so far.
Okay, that's a story here in Chase Dowling's number 9 pit.
Eric Goodale also into the pit area. He's happy with his tires, not happy with the handle on the car. So some adjustments to the rear of that machine. Hopefully get him a little bit quicker. Also coming in and out of the pit area was Tommy Barrett in the number 4. And the other number 4 of Jeff Gallup. Some adjustments both of those cars took on.
And an issue on Marcello Refrano's car, the race winner of this event a year ago in car number 48. Looks like he is being pushed behind the wall after running in about the 10th, 11th position before this caution flag.
So his car back behind the wall. The field being told to cross over. Remember, the leader has the option, outside or inside, and Preece has decided that he is going to again take the inside lane, and that puts Dowling to the outside. And then the 2nd row is Ronnie Williams and Woody Pitkat. Row number 3, Cipriano is there. Here they come.
Off turn 4, green flag. We are back underway. Dowling, great jump in the outside lane by about a half car length. Preece battling back down low, still side by side as they hit the back straightaway. Then it's going to be Ronnie Williams, next car in line, trying to fend off Woody Pitkat to his outside, and Joey Cipriano in 5th. Down to the stripe, Dowling by a half car length.
Dowling continues to hang it out in the outside lane. Preece is a little bit loose, gathers it back, and Dowling takes over the lead on lap number 51.
Trouble back straightaway, 1 car outside wall. Lots of sparks shown, and he's going to see if he can coast back to the pits. It's the Earl Paulus car.
Looks like he's going to make it.
We stay green. Leaders off turn 2. Dowling trying to break away from Ryan Preece. Woody Pitkat up to 3rd. Ronnie Williams in 4th, and Joey Cipriano the top 5.
53 laps now complete. 2 leaders in 53 laps. Ryan Preece has led the majority of them. Now Woody Pitkat is closing in that 3rd position. Ronnie Williams setting back in the 4th spot. And then it's Joey Cipriano. And now Chris Pastriak is working his magic. Dowling continues to be the driving force up front. But it's still a ways to go.
Down to the stripe, 55 laps in the books for the Tour Type Modifieds here tonight in the Bud Light Open 80, and it's Chase Dowling at the point over Ryan Preece, Woody Pitkat. Then they stack up for 4th. Ronnie Williams has that position. Joey Cipriano is there, as you mentioned, Chris Pastriak having a great run here tonight. Looking to turn his luck around here in these events here at Stafford.
A little further back in the top 10, Matty Galco is starting to work over Todd Owen as he continues to apply some pressure there as well. A look back at timing and scoring, and we've got a caution.
Off turn number 4, single car incident into the outside wall.
Black car.
And it's
the Brett Gagne.
Yep.
Goes around. He was turning in a pretty good run, to be honest with you, running in the top 20. And now he gets it fired back up. And looks like the rear end is shifting back in. Yes, it is.
That's a problem.
In the number 87 car. So he'll be trying to get back down on pit road as well. Let's go back down on pit road to see if we have more.
Marcello, doesn't look like any damage on the 48. What took the car out?
I believe it fouled out a plug, just started breaking up out of the driver's side pipe. All the lights haven't been too good to me, so I guess we're going to have to go back to the NGKs. But, it's a real shame this car's got like an on and off switch. It's just, we were just biding our time there in the back, just riding around, and we were just about ready to start storming to the front, and just started backfiring. And rather than putting any hurt in the motor, kind of just play smart and just kind of regroup and come back next time. It's a shame. Just fought this car all day and got it right, and now we got this. So, I got to give a big thanks to all my guys, Tick Mike, Reconstruction, 811 call before you dig. Just everyone involved in these Open 80 races. It's a real shame, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm happy to even compete here. So, it's frustrating. So, we'll get back. We'll get back.
All right, man. Frustrating indeed for the 48. We got some pit stops going on.
And I'm talking to Stan Mertz, a car owner, Woody Pitcat's number 6. Looks like Woody is having a great race. How do you see it?
No, Woody's really happy with the car, and the crew has performed great on the pit stop, so we think we got something for this win.
Okay, that's a word. The Sultan of Stafford is very much alive tonight.
Certainly is, Matt Buckler. And down on pit road, some more cars have rejoined in the competition, including the Gallup machine. The 24 of Mikey Flynn is still sitting there, and Brett Gagne's car, the rear end did break away, and that perhaps was the cause for that car to go spinning to the outside of the racetrack.
Kind of a hard hit there for Brett. That car swung up
Yes,
driver's side first into the outside guardrail off of turn number 4. Glad to see Brett able to drive that car away, although I don't think he's able to compete in the event for the rest of the night. That car going to go behind the wall for Brett Gagne as they have to clear one car at the head end of the pit lane. I think that might be Brett. And as soon as that car is cleared, we will be set to go back under the green flag. In fact, we get the one to go signal.
Now remember, same situation, leader, which in this case is Chase Dowling, has the option outside or inside. Now remember, Ryan Preece, throughout the laps that he led, and he led the majority of this event so far, he has chose to stay on the bottom of the racetrack. On the cautions, he selected to be on the inside on every restart. This time, he's on the outside.
Let's see if he can hold his spot top side or maybe retake the top spot, maybe lose a few spots. Dowling, great jump in the outside lane as we go back under the green flag to begin lap number 58 of
Here
this
comes
80
Woody
lap
Pitcat.
event. And it's Pitcat to the inside of Preece for second. Cipriano trying to take fourth away from Ronnie Williams. All of this behind race leader Chase Dowling.
No question about it. Woody Pitcat, a 6 of a different color, has moved into the runner-up spot. 58 laps now up on the board. Woody Pitcat is coming. Meanwhile, look a little further back. The car that is currently in the 4th position, and that is where we're seeing some heavy action going on, and it's the 50 of Ronnie Williams trying to hold off the opposition of Joey Cipriano and now Chris Pastriak.
And then there's Dana DiMatteo in the outside lane trying to fend off the 92 car as they go side by side with Anthony Nocella. Anthony Nocella to the bottom, DiMatteo to the outside lane. First battle for position among the top 10 as they race up the back straightaway. Dowling over Pitcat.
Let's check the margin now as they come back to the stripe. 0.198 between first and second. So what that simply means is that Woody Pitcat is turning up the gas. Ryan Preece setting back in that 3rd spot. Ronnie Williams, Joey Cipriano, and a great run for Chris Pastriak with that number 75 car.
Back to the corner. They stack up from fourth on back. Ronnie Williams, Joey Cipriano, Chris Pastriak. Then a bit of a gap back to Nocella and DiMatteo. Here comes corner to the inside of Galco. Matt Galco trying to make his way back up through the field after losing so many spots on the pit lane during that first round of stops back on lap number 38. Running to the outside of Craig Lutz right now into turn number 3. Eric Goodale, who made a secondary stop on pit road.
Remember, Goodale said that he didn't like the car, the way it was running, and they made some adjustments. And has those adjustments become a factor, Kyle? Because all of a sudden he seems to be getting a little bit stronger than he was before.
He was on pit road last at lap number 50, some 15 laps ago for Eric Goodale. Most of the cars ahead of him, all on pit road on lap number 38 last. As they race up the back straightaway. Getting down to it, 66 of 80 complete this time by for the race leader, Chase Dowling, looking to pick up his second consecutive Open 80 win here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Woody Pitcat looking to pick up his first this year. He won the September event a year ago.
Meanwhile, we look a little further back in the field. Now all of a sudden, Ronnie Williams is closing in on Ryan Preece. Preece in the third position. Williams is in striking distance, and now Joey Cipriano. Williams' car comes off the second turn very, very strong. Now here's Cipriano, who has a good race car down in turn 3.
Further back, Andrew Moeller, Tommy Barrett side by side for position. Outside of the top 10. Car stepping out of line. That's DiMatteo on Nocella, but can't make the pass. Barrett and Moeller still side by side. Andrew coming back up through the field, trying to make his way back up through the field. That's for position number 12 right now on the racetrack. And Andrew might have pitted a little bit too late there. He's running out of time. A 10 to go this time, working lap number
There's the
70.
double hands in the air. 10 circuits to go for the S&S Asphalt Paving. TAS Country Homes. Wicked Power Sports Machine. The Kerrigan car out in front.
Great run for Pitcat. Here's the battle
Good
for
battle
third.
for third. And now all of a sudden, Ronnie Silk has been following Ryan Preece since the start of this event. Now he's going to go to the bottom. Williams gets it down low. Preece continues to guard the spot. Joey Cipriano is there. As the countdown continues, 8 laps remaining.
4 cars in this battle from third on back, led by Ryan Preece. Then it's Ronnie Williams, Joey Cipriano, and Chris Pastriak. The way they run, and here's Williams. Bottom shot move, turn 3 on Ryan Preece. Preece slides up the banking in turn number 4.
Here comes
Ronnie Williams to the bottom and to the third spot.
Ronnie Williams waited quite some time to pull off that move. He has got it, and now Williams moves into the third spot. Now Joey Cipriano is working over Preece, the Cup driver, as he comes off turn number 4. This time, when they come back to the line, 5 laps to go. Dowling, the commander of the parade, as the final 5 countdown continues.
2.5 miles to run as Cipriano now moves to the inside of Preece to pick over the 4th spot. Here's Pastriak to the inside of Preece, looking to take the 5th spot away. Ryan Preece backsliding in the late stages of this event after leading so much so early here tonight for car number 6. And he will fade out of the top 5 for Preece, who has led 49 of the 76 laps run here this evening. Backsliding is Preece. Pastriak to 5th. Chase Dowling to the line. 3 to go.
3 laps remaining in this event. No question about it. Dowling in a car that he prepares and maintains with a group of his family friends, looking for the 2-lap marker. 1 mile left in the competition. As Dowling won the Twisted T event and now heads into turn number 3. Off the 4th turn, white flag is out. One more time around for Chase Dowling.
Out front and pulling away. Up the back straightaway for the final time. Over Woody Pitcat in second. Ronnie Williams in third. Here they come off turn 4.
Off turn number 4. Chase Dowling has done it for S&S Paving, TAS Country Homes, Wicked Motorsports, and Kerrigan. Dowling is back in winning form here at Stafford with back-to-back victories and a win worth $5,500. Great run for Woody Pitcat in second, Ronnie Williams for third. Rounding out the fields, in the 4th position, Joey Cipriano. Chris Pastriak, good run for 5th. Ryan Priest dropped back to 6th. Anthony Nocella for 7th. Dana DiMatteo for 8th. Noah Corner for 9th. And Andrew Moeller to finish in 10th.
Craig Lutz in 11th. Then it was Eric Goodale in 12th. Tommy Barrett 13th. Todd Owen in the 14th spot. And rounding out the top 15, Matt Galco. Into the second half of the field, Jeff Gallup, Anthony Bello, Mikey Flynn in his tour-type debut 18th, Brett Gagne 19th, and rounding out the top 20, it's Earl Paulus.
Marcello Rufano 21st, Robert Bloxham 22nd, Michael Jervis 23rd, Stephen Kopsick 24th, Les Rose 25th, and Dave Cesarillo to finish among the top 26. He came, he saw, and he conquered. In a race car from LFR chassis that Chase Dowling prepares with the help of his old race team, a bunch of family and friends, and the help of Stephen Kopsick. In Napa Victory Lane, in just a moment, we'll meet our top 3 finishers.
It's a celebration.
Led 30 laps en route to the win here tonight in the 4th annual Bud Light Open 80. He's out of the car, Chase Dowling celebrating in Napa Victory Lane. Let's go down trackside with John Gates and hear from our winner.
Yeah, Chase jumps out of the number 9, the potent number 9. That car was absolutely quick tonight, man. Looked good out there. He got around Ryan Priest, and once that happened, off to the races.
Yeah, this thing was a Cadillac at the end. We were pretty good in the beginning. I think all 3 of us were real close, real good. I think the 50 missed it a little bit, or something happened to him, and then, Priest was just a little tight in the center, and it's kind of really hard to pass him when I was behind him because he was just kind of taking away where I needed to get the drive off the corner to kind of pass him clean. So, like I said, though, this thing was at the end was unbelievable. It's probably one of the best cars I had here in a long time, but can't thank all these guys enough. Ben Dodge, I know he's coming down soon. I was going to wait for him again and do the same thing I did last time, but we're going to win some more races for him. So, Kevin from S&S Asphalt Paving, awesome sponsor, TAS, Richards Corporation. The Doyle guys are here. I mean, the guys are all here again tonight. Kerrigan, Heating and Air Conditioning, Wicked Power Sports, Performance Engines for the Power, Spectra Oils. I mean, the list goes on and on, but just happy to do this with Ben Dodge as a car owner and me driving it and having a great team to keep winning races.
Yeah, you got to be liking these modified opens.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely good for sure. I mean, my guys, I might be killing them on beers, but between Twisted Teas and Bud Lights, but we'll enjoy it.
All right, give it up for Chase Dowling. He goes to victory lane in the Bud Light Open 80 for the Open Modifieds. Chase Dowling, your winner. Let's talk to our second place finisher with Matt.
This driver lived up to his nickname tonight as the Sultan of Stafford, Woody Pitcat. Woody, what was the difference between you and Chase? It didn't look like it was that much.
Yeah, when I rolled into second there for a few laps, I felt like I was beating him into the middle, and he was a little bit better center off. And then I think with 10 laps to go, he said, all right, enough's enough. It's time to go. It's been, this place here has been Chase's the place. So hats off to those guys. Hats off to Uncle Ben, for helping Chase. He's a wheel man, and, him and Kopchick got it going on. But I got to thank these little guys over here, Stan Mertz. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. They put the motor back in the car last night. Didn't get done till 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. That wasn't morning.
And really, I told him he should be very proud. The competition here is no joke. If you look at it up and down the board, it's almost, like the Whelen Modified Tour, plus you got the young guns and the weekly guys that run here, and it's just amazing run. I can't thank him enough, and everybody. Like I said, Stan should be very proud. I can't thank Billy the Kid for fixing the motor. Truly's, Twisted Tea, Nick D'Angelo, the whole crew, Axis Engineering. I have to look at the car. There's so many people. Black and White, Mike Holmes, he wasn't here tonight. Kenneth Blackmer, Transportation, Cape Cod, Stacy. I know they were watching on the flow, so hopefully we put on a good show for them. Towboat USA, Gaff for helping out, and just everybody. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but it's just awesome. My wife, thank you to her, chasing the kids around tonight and letting me come out here and play. Obviously, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to be here. And Ernest's performance with the shocks, I could go on and on and on. Anybody I missed, thank you.
Well, he came up with a new slogan: "Chases a place." Woody Pitcat finishing in second.
You can't take that one from me. You can't take that one from me.
Okay, Woody has a copyright on it. Let's go to John Gates, who's with Ronnie Williams.
Okay, Ronnie Williams talking to one of his favorite fans. He goes third place tonight, man. The 50 car looked good. You got around Ryan Priest there late in the race, and you got a podium run. Congratulations, Ronnie.
Yeah, it would have been nice if it was a pass for first on Ryan Priest, but it is what it is. Just off a little bit. I don't know if I went too soon or not, but good car. Happy to finish third. We had a little streak of fourth places going on, so I guess it's good to break the streak, but just need to be that little bit better.
How about some sponsors on that ride?
Yeah, Power Financial, Scavora Motorsports for all they do, RB Enterprises, Center Machine, All Town Sanitation Recycling, Petter for the awesome horsepower, and all the guys on the 50 team.
All right, there he is, one of the top modified drivers in all the Northeast. He goes third place tonight in the Open Modified Bud Light 80. That's Ronnie Williams.
And with that, our race program is complete. We want to